everybody, it's Anna. Time for the Thursday card in this week's tarot story. So today we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen is the expansive and intuitive principle of the court cards, and swords are connected to the minds. They're about ideas and beliefs, strategies, and communication. So I think of this Queen as a surgeon. She stands with her sword ready to cut us free from the old structures and ideas that no longer serve us. So she is responding to our needfulness to be free. So I think this Queen is really interesting, especially in response to the two cards we had yesterday, the Hermit reversed and Justice, because I think they are about, the Hermit reversed is about kind of stepping aside from the world to kind of surface your gift and then bringing it back to the world, right? So the idea is that we're making space, we're cleaning the path so that we can surface this genius that we're going to bring to the world. Justice, the card teaches us that we are giving to the world out of response to having received. So this idea that we are supported, we are unconditionally loved and supported, and out of that support, we then become a blessing. So it kind of flips on its end the idea that we have to earn love or earn money or earn resource first. We have to put in the effort first before we receive. So we can see in that justice challenge that so much of this journey is about recognizing where the mind has created limitations, the stories it's leaning on, the beliefs it has that are getting in the way of the expansive path of the intuition. So the intuition doesn't recognize these limitations, right? The intuition is just here to make magic, and it's here to increase its magic as it goes along. So as the intuition increases its magic, increases its expansion, these boundaries or these restrictions that maybe we've lived with for a long time, suddenly they become problematic. We live with them, they haven't been a problem, but now they're a problem because they're in the way of this expansion. And I can say specifically for me, this happens a lot where I think, oh, I'm doing pretty good. I've got a pretty open mind. I've got a pretty relaxed system. You know, my beliefs are really resonant. And then suddenly I hit something. Just recently, I hit a belief that I didn't even realize I had anymore, right? Because I feel like I've adjusted it, I've adapted around it. Well, suddenly it's in my face. And the belief was that wealth requires, or you have to choose between being wealthy. This is not a unique belief. This is a belief lots of people have. But I actually saw it working itself out of my family. So this is a belief my family, I was raised with. I actually saw it. Didn't just hear it, I saw it. That, you know, you can have a lot of money, but you're also going to be not that great at connecting to other people. You have to pick. Are you going to be like a person who's connected and loving and grace-filled in the world? Then you're poor. You know, or you have not poor, but you will not have an excess, right? But if to have an excess of resource or abundance of resource, you have to serve the resource. In other words, you have to give a lot of attention to making money, to attending to the money, to attending to business. And I knew early on that I did not want to do that. I did not want to spend my time attending to money, right? I don't even really understand money that well. So I was not interested in money. So I thought, okay, if you have to be interested in money to have money or to have resource, then I probably won't have any, right? So I say all this, even though I know, part of me knows that's not correct. There was this kind of construct that was in place that was blocking me. And until I grew to the point that I hit that construct, I didn't know it was there. So be mindful that as you pull away from the world, as you follow the role of the hermit and you pull away and you surface this bit of gift, right? Recognize that if the gift doesn't immediately translate into flow, there could very well be something blocking it. There's some old idea, old structure blocking it. So the way we figure that out is we just gently palpitate the area, like a doctor. We're feeling through, like, where's the stuck place? What do you believe? You sort of run through some of your stories, not in a judging way. If you get judging about it, you're creating another level of struggle, right? We want to say, interesting. I wonder why this. Why this? Watch for where your mind shows its pain, where it gets frustrated, it acts out. I actually had a little bit of a mental breakdown where my mind got very resistant to something I was called to do. So like kind of notice that and be kind to it. Let the mind tell you where it hurts so that the queen can figure it out and free you up from it. It's really interesting. It's so much what I do with my clients is we're palpitating where the pain is so we can figure out the root of it. And so the queen can come in and say, oh, I see why that's there. Yeah, we don't need that any longer. We'll just cut it free. So yeah, interesting to see how the combined work of the hermit reversed and justice sort of brings us to the point of some restriction that's ready to be released. See you tomorrow for our final card. Bye.